This is episode 41, and you're on approach.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28 ready, JustFlight 63, good day.
On Approach is a weekly podcast featuring user-submitted topics and news on the skylounge.tv. Welcome back to our virtual bubbles, everyone. From the top, we've got Mr. Spark Smudge.
Good morning, ladies and jelly spoons.
We've got Mr. Kevin, aka Biarzed, aka Tom Cruise.
Hello. I should have put my jacket on, actually.
You should have put your Tom Cruise jacket on. And we've got Mr. B. Crawley 57.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, guys. It's kind of weird now. This is all just very weird because I know what's behind Sparky because I've been in that room. Like, I know what it smells like. I know. Hold on. It smells like a lot of smoke, Sparky. The Temple of Smoke smells like smoke. I know what's outside that window.
Dude.
I know where the bathroom is. I know where he stores his pizza. I know that place. It's amazing. Mr.
You know the
B,
chicken factory at the bottom?
the chicken. Yeah, that's right.
the
Bro, we never
thing?
had that chicken. We never had the
No.
chicken. We didn't have a chance.
Next year.
Next year. So Kathleen says that I need to go to Quebec.
Yeah.
So I have to figure that out at some point. Because I kind of
Yeah,
need to know
absolutely.
Kevin's basement there. You're saying.
Yeah,
I don't know right
absolutely.
now. You've always just been the bubble, so I don't know what's there. Mr. B, I have been there.
Yeah, you've
I've-
flown from here.
I've flown from that very seat. I've had tea in that seat, which is amazing. I've had proper tea in that seat. Mrs. B is such an amazing person. There's one thing that really kind of doesn't leave my mind, and that's when I sat there and flew with my tea, I got distracted by people and kind of carried on my evening and slowly migrated to the other room. Mrs.
Yeah.
B made sure that teacup that I left in my flight deck followed me to the other room.
Yeah.
Was such an amazing hostess. It was incredible. She's like, "You're gonna finish your tea?" And I was like, "Oh, absolutely. I have every intent on finishing my tea. Thank you." Amazing. Thank you guys for your hospitality. It was an amazing trip. I'm glad to be home to the family, but I'm really, really sad that we've got this distance between us again, at least for another
yeah.
year. You know.
hmm
Because I think
I'm
this show was
gonna
awesome.
try and get, whether it's Flight Sim Expo or Flight Sim Con or something. I'm going to try and get out to you, Edson. Don't worry, man.
theflightsimthing.com. I need to register
Yeah.
like right now.
Hey, look, even if the Flight Sim thing doesn't go on, I'm going to save up and see if I can get out there. At
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah, for sure, man. That would be awesome.
The thing that surprised me was those were genuinely tearful farewells.
They were
all
genuinely
went our
tearful
separate ways.
farewells.
Yeah.
They were tearful farewells. They were for sure.
Yeah.
The appreciation for the person just grows exponentially, kind of
Apart
when
from
you meet in person.
when I dropped you off at the airport, Edson, because you said, right, I'm gonna go to check out. So we went and got your bags checked, and then you were off to departure, but you weren't, because I got the photo, and you weren't because you were going to the restaurant.
No, I was not. No, I was not.
Right in front of it was cafe and restaurant, and then it was departures over to the right.
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that I went to the UK and did nothing but eat? You're right.
Pretty much.
I came back and my Sky Lounge shirts are tight now. An incredible trip. Patrons, we will be releasing a wonderful kind of behind the scenes video of our trip. We documented with We're well over 10 gigs of media, from videos to photos. I collected photos from everyone that was on the trip. We'll be editing it into a video and sharing it with all of you for some behind the scenes fun and some undisclosed stories as well here within the next week or so. I hope to get it done by next week. But yes,
got a timeline on it, Edson.
I know, right?
You know, you're gonna people will be going, "Where's that video?"
What should I
you,
say?
Edson?
What should I say, Kevin? What is it? Coming soon, TM? What is it? What's your thing?
Soon, TM.
Soon.
We're
TM.
trying real hard.
We're
TM.
trying real hard, TM. FS Labs A320 released for V4. This one submitted by Mr. B. Crawley 57. Who's got it?
No.
I got
it's too
it.
expensive. Too much money. I have no money left.
Too much money.
It is
What's
expensive.
the price? What's the price? What do we have? on this?
$140.
139, 160, something like that.
$140. $139.
That's pretty steep, but it's so
It's-
amazing.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
plane. I've seen Smurf John flying it, and it does look really nice. I mean, it's really well modelled, and he says it flies great. So
Yeah.
yeah.
139.95.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
a free upgrade from V3 to V4, so there's that at least.
That's actually fantastic. That's really nice to see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice to see, because that's a steep aircraft. Was it 139 in V3?
Yep.
Yeah,
Same price. Yeah.
gotcha.
That is an aircraft I really do want to learn the Airbus, as you guys probably know. And that is the one I will use, but it's just too much money at the minute. I got Cosford sort of terrain.
Still.
Oh, look at that.
The thing is about this Airbus, it's totally different from, say, the Aerosoft Airbus, because this is more study level.
Is this a damn tail strike?
That looks like it.
No.
Goodness.
It's in the air already.
Nah, his wheels are going up already.
Yeah, man.
But we've
I've seen
seen
it
that
also in
plenty.
Smurf John's stream, and it looks money. So I just discovered recently that they also have modeled the mist inside the cabin under
Yeah.
proper conditions. You actually see the air conditioning mist.
Yeah.
That's a $140 aircraft for you. Like, you can't argue, right? Like, if they thought about that,
It's in there.
it's in there. Like, it's worth it.
They've done everything.
They've done everything,
Everything's
right?
in
Like, they've thought of everything.
We've got the iPad on the left. Is that right?
Does
this
the
the one
iPad,
that
does it work?
I don't think it has a tablet.
Yeah, it
I don't
works.
think it has a tablet. It
No?
does. Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't remember having a tablet in that plane.
I thought it had a tablet. I might be wrong. There's so much stuff coming out these days, I get confused at my age.
Would you say that this A320, would you say the Flight Sim Labs is producing at a quality level above that of PMDG at this stage?
Yes. They've created another segment.
They
I
bumped
think,
it up,
above
haven't they?
PMDG.
They've definitely upped the game, and whether they're PMDG level or not, they're at the echelons. They're at the top with PMDG.
Yeah. So
They
maybe the systems are at the same level, but everything else is a notch above. The texturing, the effects, the sound, the details, everything is one step above.
They take the details to the next level. You know, the little tiny little vents that open on the side of the aircraft and stuff.
I've had moments-
I've not seen that.
I've had moments in my 747, and I have to say that in my PMDG fleet, there's something magical about the 747 texturing. I cannot pinpoint what it is, but the 747 can fool you for a moment. And I've had my moments where I look at it and I'm like, this is an abso-fucking-lute work of art. It fools me, and I have a moment with the aircraft, you know, on my screen. Are you saying, Kevin, texture-wise, that like this plane's gonna kind of give me that same effect?
Some of the textures are are much better than what we're used to. They're all
That's
the
hot.
writing on the outside fuselage is
Crisp.
readable.
Just crispy.
It's crisp. Yeah.
But this
No,
is
maybe not
this.
that crisp, but it's readable.
Yeah.
But this is all down to P3D going to 64-bit. There's no way you'd get this quality, this texturing and fidelity without it being a 64-bit platform.
Well, they've done it on FSX. It's just not reliable. You can't go anywhere with it without booming. You know? But yeah, definitely, it was an airplane. I think it's the first airplane that was made with 64-bit in mind from the start. It was designed to take advantage of the memory.
I was tempted in V3 to buy this aircraft because when I was kind of commercial training, I guess you could say, I was pretty deep in the Airbus by Aerosoft, and I felt really comfortable with that fleet of Airbuses. Airbusi.
Buzzies.
Airbuses.
Airbuses. I felt very comfortable with that fleet, and the natural progression from that when this came out was like, all right, that's in time to step up your game, right? Let's go all the way. And I held back because of the performance nightmares that, you know, I would hear about and see on stream. I mean, you can watch the streamers' pain on stream when this aircraft came out in V3. So it makes me very happy to see Mr. Smurf John making comments about this working well on his, you know, mid-high level system. Like, you know, he talks about it running super well on his specs, and I've seen it with my own eyes in his stream. I mean, he's completing flights from major airport to major airport, you know, without issue, and frames are good too.
Yeah.
So obviously there's been more optimization in the aircraft beyond just being, oh, it works in 64-bit now. There's definitely been some tuning, and that's exciting to see because it makes it even more tempting.
Definitely on my list.
It makes it even more tempting. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, the Airbus A320 fleet's gonna come out. I'm gonna jump on it for sure. I might fall in love with the stubby nose again. You know, in which case it would only make sense to progress into this. However, it's important to point out that when Aerosoft does come out with theirs, aren't they coming out with kind of their updated systems as well?
Yeah, it's going to be all updated. It's not going to be the same aircraft we had 2 years ago.
Right. Probably a step closer to this, but still
I hope
not
so.
a big
That
gap.
much, I think.
No, I hope Aerosoft do step up their game and say, well, look what Flight Sim Labs have done. Look what PMDG have done. We need to step our game up. We need to get to this level.
But I
Just
think they
that's,
will just
you
go
know,
for a different market. They're
it's the
aiming for a
progression.
different market. I think they've got a good niche there at the price level that Aerosoft will come out at.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a different product.
As Kevin says, you know, innovation drives
Competition
the
drives innovation.
competition. Yeah.
Competition drives innovation, yeah. Well, time will tell. Quality Wings 787 hotfix for FSX and pricing for V4.1 has been issued. This one submitted by Mr. Smurf John. Have a peek.
So does that mean the Quality Wing 787 for P3D 4.1 is soon?
Probably
I don't
very
think so.
soon.
Priced it? If they've priced it?
That'll be soon in geological terms, probably next year.
And here's what's awesome. The same as FSX cost. How about that?
Yeah.
That's special. It's the first company
That's
that
special.
does that.
Have a Sky 5 for that, Mr. Smurf John.
Do we
Yeah,
have
the
a-
news was broken over at FS Elite. Let's go see what they have uncovered.
Isn't it weird that John got the Boeing news and I got the Airbus news?
That is. That is. Lots of fixes in the update as well. CTD fix. CTD fix. Good. They're on the right track.
And it's using Navigraph.
Yeah, but that's really great to see it coming in at the same price. There also is a special here. For those that already bought the FSX version, you will be entitled to 50% off the cost of the P3D version. GG!
Well,
That's
to
good.
be honest with you, if you bought the FSX version, I think it should just be a straight upgrade to P3D. Just my 2 cents.
They have to work on it.
Yeah, they did. They were straightforward about that from the start, though. They were like, "This is
there's
going to
a
be a
difference.
different product."
Yeah, but if it's coming in at the same price, it's coming in the same price point. If you want to buy it for V4.1 or V4, then why not? The guys already paid the $69.95 for it for FSX. What is whether it's going to be a year down the line or whatever, 6 months down the line? If you've already bought it for FSX, why not an upgrade to P3D?
Well, if you look at it like the Aerosoft mindset, right? What is it that he says? You will not pay for code that was not developed for the product you're paying for. You're only paying for the new code. They did say that the P3D version is going to be different than the FSX version. There are things in the P3D version that aren't in the FSX version. So, when you look at it, it's like, all right, well, you're paying for that extra stuff, right? Be it extra eye candy or extra systems modeling, who knows? Oh, probably,
but
Kevin. But
at the same time, I'm looking at the project. Okay, $70 is 10 years worth of project. Don't tell me it's going to take another 5 years to get a P3D V4 version, right?
yeah.
It's not half of the code that they're doing now. It's maybe 1/4 of the code that
Right.
they have to rework. So, I don't know.
I'm picking up what
Just
you're throwing
saying.
down. Yeah.
The modeling will not change massively. The systems are mostly coded. They just need to be adapted. Distribution, okay, that's a part of it, absolutely. But
The price point's low to start with, isn't it? Let's
and
face
the
it.
other problem that I have with it is that now they say that they have a 50% off the cost, but from what I'm reading on the forums, it's going to expire 2 months after the release of the version for P3D V4, so it's going to go up to the same price. And if you bought the FSX version, then you're screwed. You have to pay it all over again.
So you have between now and 2 months after release to save up the price of your upgrade, or you're going to be saving for a lot longer because you'll pay full price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm having a bit of issues
With
this,
that
but
concept?
I don't develop aircraft, so maybe there's more that goes into it. Maybe it's just me. But again, I'm more of the mindset of Aerosoft that you don't pay twice for the same code.
Right.
Even if you buy it for both sims, it's still $40 less in the first 2 months than it is for that Airbus.
Very true.
Nice.
That's true.
Nice
At the same
and
time,
true.
that's true. At the same time, that's true. If you have the money to invest in both platforms, then yes. If you're patient enough to wait for the P3D version, then fair enough. That prevents the price from being higher for everybody else.
The sooner FSX dies, the sooner this won't be a problem anymore.
Again, I'm not sure about this.
This
Not
is the
sure
thing.
about this.
I don't have FSX installed anymore. I don't have Steam Edition installed anymore.
Me either. I'm clean,
So I'm
bro.
not gonna buy this 787 for FSX so I can save $50 when it's released for P3D V4.
I think it's patience, though. I think a lot of people bought this because they were simply impatient. That's the problem.
were,
That's the problem I see, is that people straight up were reinstalling FSX and suffering because they were simply impatient.
That's true. Absolutely. That's what I've observed as well.
If
But
they were patient, they'd have just been happy waiting for the P3D version, buying it, installing it, and ta-da!
But I'm seeing, coming back to the upgrade stuff, I'm seeing an potential issue that might arise in the coming years. If I take, for example, the PMDG NGX, the 737 NTX. It's been available since 2009, so it's nearly 10 years old, 9 years old now. And, you know, it's lived most of its life on the FSX side. But if we think about upcoming projects like the 747 that's been released for V4 now, do we expect PMDG to update freely for 10 years, every year?
No.
No.
I doubt it. Even though the price is higher, that's a big burden on the company's head. And I don't think we'll see that coming. And I think we will see more and more upgrade price for those platform changes.
I like this price point.
It's good, you know. That's a good price point. $70. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you already bought it for FSX, then you're buying it twice. Well, even if it's reduced price, but
Right.
2 787s for the price of one Airbus. Yes.
Beautiful.
And you know what? 10 years ago, people were looking at this price and they were like, oh my God, that's way too expensive.
Yeah. And we just talked about $140 aircraft.
Yeah. And now 69 is just like, it's the normal.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I am looking forward to the 787 now. It's one plane I do want to have a go at.
Me too.
83.
Also, can the iPad thing or the display thing on the side, Netflix integration.
That's gonna show up from TFDI before showing up from Core.
Yeah.
And show you that.
Chrome browser. RFScenery release KOKC, Will Rogers in Oklahoma City. This one also submitted by Mr. Smurf John.
Me and Buck flew into Oklahoma City just a few weeks ago.
He did?
Just a few weeks ago, yeah. So I'm looking at this one. I like the look at this one because it's a very interesting airport.
So it's a great area. However, here in the thread, it kind of, well, there's some feedback. Mr. Pilot Pete says, unfortunately, still no animated jetways. And the older sceneries of this developer aren't V4 ready. I'll pass. And I said, you know, that sucks because I was excited about another one in this region. Have a Sky 5. It's $20 now. If it hits under 15, I'll scoop it up. And Mr. Pilot Pete says, I wrote to the dev and he replied, RSFB will not do animated jetways. Another guy also asked a while ago and they got the reply, this is a flight simulator, not a jetway simulator. So it's interesting that
buy it then.
being exactly like honestly with a reply like that, bro, what part are you missing that you're a scenery designer because we like to play pretend in this digital world of digital fake ass airplanes. We want jetways to work.
Why can't he use if he doesn't want to do jetways? Why can't he just remove the jetways and use Sode jetways, but they're already made?
Yeah, you don't need to do them
because it seems like he fundamentally believes that we don't need them. Period.
The fact that he says there's not going to be any moving jetway might be an indicator going to develop it and update it, which you can keep it. I don't want that.
I mean,
yeah, but
I have some airports like this. I have some airports like this, and it is weird. It is weird, right? When we have great tools like GSX, it adds to the pretend, and we like to move the jetway up, even though it goes halfway through our plane all the time and never lines up perfectly. But who cares? We like doing that because it's all
sometimes
about
going
pretend.
to orbit.
Yeah, and sometimes they go into orbit, and
I like it when the jetways and the wheels are floating off the ground,
and the wheels are floating.
Arm goes up because the wheels don't come down.
You know, but we like that because it's better than you park at the gate, and the jetway is 50 yards from your plane, and you have a stair truck that rolls up through the jetway. You know, like that kills
it's an immersion
the pretend.
breaker.
It's an immersion breaker. And I don't feel that I want to support a scenery designer that says to people that play pretend in this scenery that we don't need something like an animated jetways. You would think that that's just kind of a given that we would want that or need that.
At this point, yes.
At this point.
Default FSX has it.
I mean, you know, is this a parking lot simulator? Why'd you put cars in the parking lot? Like, why'd you bother? Save us the polygons. This is not a parking lot simulator. Remove the cars.
What did he put trees in? It's not a tree simulator.
Just you know, that doesn't fly well with me, man. It's like he's not connected to what we're doing with what he's making, and it sucks because I actually really would love to buy this airport in this region. I would love
It's
it.
brilliant. The thing is, this airport is situated in a place which is really. You've got towers everywhere, radio masts everywhere.
It's
and
all
on
like
approach,
flatland out there.
yeah, when you're on approach into this airport, you're flying, you know, feet above radio towers. And I actually warned Buck. I said, "Watch the towers on your approach in." Like, and he was like, "What towers?" "Oh, those towers." I was like, "Yeah."
Here's the thing. It's not ugly by any means. It's not ugly. It's missing that, you know, that element of it. It's still beautifully located. It's got military aspects to it, which I think for me are a plus. For you, Sparky, you love the military birds as well. That's a plus. We can play pretend here very nicely. It's got UPS, as you can see. It's got FedEx, all of which are playing right into the stuff we love to do. But now I feel like saying, I'm not going to give you $20. I'll buy your shit when it's on sale. Because you don't want to give us Jetways.
That's the
Take
protest.
that. That's the protest,
so-
right? Like, it's a
yeah.
protest.
Well, that's
So-
it. You protest with your monies, you know.
We all do.
That's the way to do it.
We
Get
all
somebody
do.
to develop the Jetways for you and charge another $5. And
He already has. It's called Soda. They're already there. You just need to add them.
And you know the best part about it? That scenery has a feature even X-Plane doesn't have. Change of seasons.
Yeah, he gave us change of seasons. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Why do you need
Dynamic
that?
lighting.
It's not a
Dynamic
season
reflection.
simulator.
Yeah, it's just, you know, man. I don't know. My protest is I'm not paying full price for this. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna pay full price. In fact, I'm gonna add it to my wish list right now just so I can keep an eye on it. And the second it goes on sale, I'm gonna buy it. Mr. Gibbon brings us this next one. Today, JustFlight announced that their Avro Vulcan B Mk2 has finally reached the development section on the website. And we finally have some really, really nice renders of
I'm actually-
the Vulcan.
I'm actually real glad I got to see the airplane in person at Cosford. Well, not directly at Cosford, but while we were there at the museum. Really glad I got to see one.
Duxford.
Duxford. That's it.
Oxford. What a plane.
Yeah, we
Details,
actually went
details,
under
details.
there. We took a picture
Yeah.
under there in the bum thing.
Yes, we did indeed. We Sky 5'd it as well. Just kind of walked
Yeah.
under there and just said Sky 5. Definitely.
I'm so looking forward to this one.
Can I
It's
ask JustFlight?
beautiful.
Can I ask JustFlight? Because no one
Yes.
else is doing it. Please,
Right.
can we have a Lancaster next?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. They would be your guys.
Yeah, that's their kind of airplane.
That is their kind of aircraft. The Dam Buster.
Yes.
That is their kind
Well,
of aircraft. Dude, you need to start tweeting at them.
I need to, forget A28 because it's never going to happen.
Oh, for you know what? I've been very open about this to A2A. Love you, Lewis. I know you're watching. I have been very open about this. The longer it's taking A2A to get on their Warbird game, the faster everyone else is jumping all over it. It's happening, and it's happening with a vengeance. And these planes that are coming out are damn nice. We actually have another one. Another one got announced in the news further down. We'll get to that one soon. But this Vulcan, I can't wait to get my hands on it because it's such a unique and historic aircraft. And when I buy this, Mr. Crawley, can you tell us all which is the airport that we need to buy to fly this from the proper place it lives now?
Doncaster.
Doncaster.
Echo Golf Charlie November UK 2000 Extreme.
There we go. You scoop up that scenery. There is a Vulcan on the ground there already. So you won't be alone. This is exciting. So I keeping close tabs on this bad boy. Thank you so much, Mr. Gibbon. And Mr. Gibbon, have a Sky 5. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you and hang out with you when I was overseas, man. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity. What do we have here? A follow-up.
Look at that.
Oh, follow-up. Mr. John.
Sorry about that, fellas.
Looking good. Yes.
That's looking good.
This is
Very
real.
old.
This
It's
is
a
real.
research aircraft. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their research aircraft. My goodness. So,
Is there a Canadian flag on the outside? Go back to the first picture.
let's see.
No. Okay. It was an illusion.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Dropped out for a second.
Like we've got two Sparkses.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We got sparked.
He's cloned himself.
Yeah, my clone.
Change the connector.
All right. Yeah, this looks sick. Great photos too, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
These are great shots.
Yeah. It's very good. It's been sitting outside for a while though.
Is this one the
Yeah.
one at Doncaster?
No. That's XM558.
This is 655.
655, yeah.
Damn. Yes. I want my hands on this aircraft. That's awesome. Thank
And
you,
for
Mr.
Mr.
John.
Sparks, just one note for Mr. Sparks. When we actually stream this one, you can start the engine up in about 30 seconds, all four engines, because it was ready for the nuclear holocaust. So you go in, you press about 3 buttons, and you got 4 engines running.
Yeah, that'd be great for you, Mr. B.
It will be great for me.
So what you're saying is don't bother to read the manual.
It's an Airbus
but
at its core.
Mr. B is saying that you'll still do a full walk around and cockpit prep and
Right.
everything.
ASDG SuperCub released. This one brought to us by Mr. 22 Whiskey from the X-Plane camp. For those that don't know, ASDG is Aerosim Development Group. A big congratulations goes out to Mr. Rush, Mr. Aerosim Gaming for the release of this beautiful aircraft, a Piper Cub, a Super Cub, not just a Piper Cub, a Super Cub. I do want to play this video that gives you a little bit of peek into not only the aircraft itself, but also the success of the launch.
It's up. So it is up. So apparently it is up. Let me see if it's just all of you guys are like fucking spamming F5 and killing our site. Yeah, you fucking are. You fucking are. Alright, half of you stop pressing F5. They're like, half you calm the fuck down, stop pressing F5. You're killing the website. Stop pressing F5, everyone. Calm down.
The hug
You're
of
fucking
death.
got like 5 fucking web pages open. You just like,
The
fucking
hug of
F5,
death.
can't give it to
I
me.
know that feeling.
Right, alright. Someone
Yeah?
stop pressing F5. So just
That is
calm-
the feeling of success.
I'm definitely going to pick this one up, though. This is definitely on my radar.
She's a beauty. She's a real beauty. You got to see it on stream. She
Yeah, I'm
is
waiting for payday. When it's his payday,
detailed to the max.
dropping the monies on this one. Yeah, this is definitely my street. I love my Cub Club, and if I can do Cub Club in goddamn X-Plane 11, I'm gonna goddamn do Cub Club in X-Plane 11.
Look
You only have 61 in stock though. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
I better get payday sooner.
Beautiful.
The
detail,
reflection on the materials is just
Yeah,
It looks
the
like
thing
dead
is,
stick.
it looks beat up and nasty as well, and it's not clean and nice.
It looks straight out of
Concrete
Dead Stick.
blocks. It's brilliant. That plane ain't going anywhere in the wind. Look at them blocks.
Yeah, a lot of effort, a lot of.
Beautiful.
That's what happens when a developer puts passion into what it's doing.
Look
That's
at that.
That's
texturing,
You can
man.
tell. You can tell
Yeah.
this airplane was made with passion. I really like that. Look at the tires, the texture on that. Ah, it's so good. Tiny little wheels.
Love it.
Beautiful plane. Absolutely beautiful plane. And I told Rush, and I'm not even kidding. I said the day that I take on X-Plane and install it onto this drive, this is the first aircraft I'm getting. This is it. Like, this is absolutely, without a doubt, the first aircraft I'm getting. The second one will probably be what Mr. B flies. What's that aircraft you like?
The Pantera or the Eclipse, one of them two.
Yeah, yeah. But this is sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Congratulations on that, Mr. Rush. And thank you for the post 22 whiskey. Welcome to the forums, man. This one brought to us by Mr. Canuck Shaw, Bomber Crew Strategic Survival. A new application by the folks over at JustFlight. This is a Steam game.
There's a friend of mine that showed me that game today. And I was like, what? It looks like a VR game.
It looks pretty awesome.
I actually thought it
footage
was like an iTunes, an iPad game. But I like this. I like this, especially if it's got Mr. Noodle in it and it's a
You
Lancaster.
see the
bomber.
immersion effects though? Do you see those immersion effects?
Yeah. Pretty good, right?
I like this, man.
We should all play together. It's
Yeah.
a multiplayer game, is it?
I don't know if it's multiplayer. Oof. I don't know.
If it is, then that's the ultimate game for us.
And you tell them where to move, like a, what is it, the MMORPG style?
Going down, Captain. Yeah, that looks cool. It looks
That
fun.
looks
It
cool,
looks
huh?
fun.
So
Yeah.
$15 usual price. I like the usual price. And a special offer price of $12.74. Random number. $12.74 to kick off the sale in the Steam store. It's available now, and it looks pretty sick. I'm gonna be scooping this up.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be scooping this up. Steam. I like seeing this. Aerosoft did something similar, targeting a different market with a flight sim earlier in the year. You remember that? What was that? What was the name of that? Ready for landing, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff.
Yeah.
Clear
Where
for
did it
takeoff.
go? Has it taken off, or is it just?
I don't
gone,
know.
like the
I don't
wind?
think. I think it's gone like the wind. But I think it's one of those things that you just kind of, it lives forever in the Steam stores, or like it. This is the kind of stuff that kids are gonna discover and for a long time to come. And it doesn't require update like our flight sims do.
It's independent. So
It's
that's a good
independent.
thing.
Yeah. So it's actually really cool to see stuff like this coming out, because I think ultimately it does help our industry to get more and more and more people involved in flight. Let's Play Games NL posts. It's official. The Majestic Software Dash 8 Q400 is now available for P3D V4. There it is.
$20 upgrade too, which isn't bad.
$20 upgrade, is that it?
Yeah.
And the total price for the, what is it for the pro version? 40 euros
That's
for the pilot edition. Yeah.
Am I right that you need the Pro Edition for shared cockpit?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe you need the Pro Edition for shared, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Pro Edition of this. I've not learned to fly it yet, but it's something I think Super Thrive and I might have a play with.
Yeah. The plane terrifies me a bit.
It does me. Does me. I've bought the Taxi to Gate. Is it Taxi to Gate? No, Airline to Sim.
Airline to Sim. Yeah.
Yeah,
the training.
I've bought those series of videos, yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to learn this.
Yeah, they put out a really, really good series for this. And if you are interested out there, folks, in that training material by Airline to Sim, there is a discount code available from our friend Mr. Durka over at his Twitch channel. I believe there's a command in the chat that will spit out a discount code for the Airline to Sim training for this plane. So head over and give them a follow as well while you're over there. But it's a beautiful aircraft, man, and I want to get into it, but the few times I've played with it, it's tried to kill me on landing.
Oh, it's trying. Even if you know it, it's constantly trying to kill you. That's
Yeah.
what people love about it and hate about it.
So here's the upgrade offer. Customers who have previously purchased the 32-bit edition are eligible to upgrade to the 64-bit edition for $14.95. That's euros. There you go.
And for the professional one, I think it's 20 euros
20 euros upgrade? Gotcha.
from the professional, yeah.
Gotcha. Aeroplane Heaven announces the P-47 Thunderbolt. This one brought to us by Ivanafly. Said it before. The longer A2A is taking to bring the warbirds over, we've got other people chomping at the bit. This is Aeroplane Heaven with some update shots of the P-47.
Yeah, Airplane Heaven are bringing out some nice aircraft at the moment.
They are. They are. Now, let's be honest. I mean, they're not going to be systems where A2A are. They're not going to be in the same camp at all. This is eye candy, right? This is eye candy for our Sims. Aeroplane Heaven does do a nice job of putting out the eye candy.
I mean, look at that. Manky, beat up.
Yeah.
Go back to the first picture, though. It does seem like the cockpit was an afterthought.
Yeah.
On the plane itself? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a V1 with a bloody cockpit stuck on the top.
Yeah. A very old.
That looks
mechanical.
awesome.
Does.
And it looks somewhat spacious, but when you sit in one for real, it's
no room.
incredibly small.
You're going to have a sore butt flying that, aren't you?
Are these tac pack ready, Edson? Do you know?
I do not know. Do not know. Good question, though.
That'd be great.
There would. That's a lot of wear and tear. I mean, in this photo right here alone, look at that. Every bit of this plane has seen action. Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely sky candy right there.
Mm-hmm. So, really looking forward to scooping this up. I will be grabbing this one and having it in the hangar alongside some of my other warbirds that are slowly piling up in V4. But not from the right sources. A2A. And last but not least in the news, Toga Projects present another hard to pronounce product, ENVSHADE. Not ENVTEX.
ENVSHADE.
Well, then spell it that way. Lowercase en, capital V, dash shade or something. I don't know. En dash V dash shade. It's a ENVSHADE. Yes, this looks cool though. So ENVSHADE is going to essentially be another visual enhancement and tweaking utility.
Like a PTA thing. Mm-hmm.
A very good question, Mr. B. Colley. Like a PTA thing.
We don't know what it is yet.
We don't even know what it is yet. There are some additional hints as to what it is. It's
like
shaders. It's whole
it kind of
series
gives it away, you know. ENVSHADE, environment shade. You know, it kind of gives it away.
So they're messing with shaders, you know, much like everyone else does. But it's like bundled, right? So like instead of it being a PTA preset that you download and import into the PTA tool, this is like their own environment.
This product is for people like myself. I have PTA tool. I don't play with PTA tool. I use somebody else's profile. I just load it in, done, adjust my brightness and my contrast, and I'm done. I'm set.
Right.
This is for that person. This is click and go, done.
Yep. And I love it. I have to say, I've seen screenshots. I love the product. They have dynamic water. So Sparky, your water will change just like your background of the sky changes. Right?
Is the user interface in plain English instead of all that bloody stuff you see when you open PTA?
Ah, yes. Very likely to be yes.
Yeah.
PTA is a very technical tool. And you're right, you make a very good point. Sparky and Mr. B right now are basically, you know, pointing out the market for this. It is for those that just want instant eye candy with a push of a button. This does it. The screenshots look beautiful. The product looks great. The product sounds great. Saturation of the sky depends on the altitude and the weather. So you have fluctuating.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a preset, one button. I want that, and that. Go. That, you know, the likes of yourself, Edson, who want to make it individual, want to tweak it. This is not for you.
Right.
Or maybe it is. Maybe you'll find a preset in there that just matches what you want because someone else spent the time tweaking it. But
there aren't any. It's one preset. It's ENVSHADE.
Yeah, well, maybe it could be like ENVTEX where you can actually choose from a section of presets or some special options. Because otherwise, that application would be the simplest one ever. You have a window, you have a toggle on or off, and I don't think it's that simple.
This does make it easy, though. This is going to make it easy for people to have a really good-looking sim. We'll see what it brings. Time will tell. It's time for the clip of the week. Here we go. So it seems I'm the top dog here this week. This is an interesting one. I'll let you watch. You guys want to see this shit? Look at this. Oh, and that's a letter left to me by Miss Luna Ray. Anything you want. All the camera work, man. All the camera work. Literally just popped the fucking key.
It broke your keyboard.
Straight up broke the keyboard. Like broke the keyboard. Not like it popped off. Like it broke.
I would have expected Sparky to break it before you.
Cheap ass shit.
Razer, not cheap ass at all. Nice keyboard. Razer black chroma.
No. Get this right, Edson. Razers are not cheap. Their products are cheaply made.
I don't know, man. It's a tough keyboard. I use the shit out of that button, though.
Yeah, well, Edson.
If Chase
when Edson used something, when Edson chooses the camera, it's like,
yes.
Of course, it will break after a year.
Yes, if Chase Plane had a heat map, guaranteed 110%, it would say Edson uses the down arrow key more than any other key when doing camera work. It is absolutely the key that gets abused. So I went online and found myself some gold keys to replace those with.
Sorry, Razor, for calling your stuff cheap ass.
No, let me say this. Let me say this. In Razor's defense, I called Razor and I said, here's what happened. And here's a video. And I showed him the clip. I said, here's what happened and here's a video. And they said, you know what? We'll replace that. We'll replace the whole keyboard. And they say, you know what else? We don't even have that keyboard in stock. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to send you V2. The newest one. They're like, what keys would you like on that, sir? And I said, whoa. Well, in that case, give me the yellows. And yeah, dude, great customer service. Straight up. They were like, I got your RMA right here, printed out, ready to go. So this keyboard is going in a box probably sometime this week. Awesome. And I'll be using my Apple keyboard and they'll be replacing it. No questions asked, just like that. So A+ Razer support on that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, thank you for that clip. That was a good time. That was a really good time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the speed round. This is worth mentioning. Updates, releases for things we've already talked about. Here we go. Starting from the top, Orbex AI Traffic Australia and New Zealand freeware have been released. Free AI from Orbex. Get on it. FS Labs A320 has been updated already. JustSim Riga has been released. This is out in the Baltic Sea. PTA has received an update 2.60. This brings version 4.1 compatibility.
Just on the PTA 2.60, don't do what I did. Make sure you back up your shaders first, guys, because you can screw it up.
Great suggestion. FS Dream Team Louisville International has been released for FS6 and P3D.
Louisville.
Up to 4.1. Louisville.
Louisville's L-00.
Louisville. And it is gorgeous. Also, military installation, huge UPS hub. Get it, is beautiful. SimStarter NG has been updated to 1.603. This brings 4.1 compatibility. Fly Inside has been updated for 4.1. A2A's AccuSim has been updated for FSX and P3D. This does not update your aircraft up to 4.1 at all. It just updates some of the core stuff. If you have A2A planes, go out and get it. New X-Plane 11.10B2 Beta 2 update. Lots of performance bump ups in this version of X-Plane. PMDG has an update on the 747-800. Mega Airport Barcelona Professional has been updated. This is Aerosoft. FTX LDPL Pula Airport has been released. We talked about this in a previous episode. Seaside Sun and Roman Ruins. Tropical Sim Aruba TNCA for X-Plane 11 is now out. Queen Beatrix International Airport. Run out and grab that. It's a beautiful area. More PMDG installers updated. The 737, the 777, all updated. Launch the PMDG Control Center to get your updates. MK Studios, Fuerteventura. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to the guys at MK Studios. There we go. Thank you for the love, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Fuerteventura now working in 4.1. Easy update there. How do you say this one, Kevin? Is it a French word?
Oh, what is it? The name?
I don't know.
Labora.
Labora. The
Labora.
CL215 has been upgraded to V4. This is the firefighting plane. Beautiful plane.
Well, that's a good one, eh?
Beautiful plane. R. Labori.
I don't think you pronounce the R. I think it's just Labora.
It's supposed to be a space. It's Roland Labori.
Roland Labori. UK 2000 Aberdeen has been released for X-Plane 11. Latest Coronado upgrades for V4. Lots of great aircraft, including the return of Betty Bonanza, the V-tail, the beautiful, beautiful Beautiful VTAL has returned to V4. Wonderful. Great to see that in. Oh, and the B200 as well. I need to run out and update my B200.
And you didn't believe me, did you, Edson?
I didn't believe you. The iFly 747 Service Pack 2C released for FSX and P3D. Manfred Jan C47 comes into X-Plane 11 conversion. The beta is now out and it is gorgeous. And last but definitely not least, if you're an X-Plane user, the xplane.org forum has been compromised. A long list has been made public of usernames, passwords, and emails that have been captured from the site. Change your password, change your password, change your password on any site that might be using the same login information as xplane.org. So, that wraps up episode 41 of On Approach. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the threads coming, please. A big shout out to some new people on the board today. In first place, Mr. Pilot Pete. Mr. Pilot Pete. Then we have Mr. Smurf John, Mr. Crawley, Ivana Fly, Mr. Gibbons still on the board at number 5. 22 Whiskey climbing up, number 6 spot. Angeli 662. Earth Dog, love seeing new names. Catterly 1 and Pearly G. Keep the threads coming. We love you for the support. If you don't bring us the news, we've got nothing to talk about. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, Sky 5.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Jumbo 63.
463, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28.3, JustFlight, good day.